Why don't you go ahead?
I've been to the lady at 46 South Rose. 46 South Rose.
Station one call, retone that please. 10-4. Captain 4 to go to that location.
Hi, I'm Eileen Bollier from Wethersfield Television, and I'm here tonight with Tom Mosdale from Wethersfield Volunteer Ambulance.
Yes.
Hi Tom,
Hi.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So you're one of the volunteer EMTs
Correct.
here at Wethersfield Ambulance.
Correct.
And we are actually, where is this building located?
It's at 206 Prospect Street in Wethersfield.
Okay. So you've been here in this building for a while?
Since the early 80s, yes.
Okay. Have you been a volunteer here since then?
No, I've been a volunteer here for 7 years now. I grew up in town and I was in the fire department for 10 years in the 80s.
Okay. Okay.
And when I moved out of town, I got married.
Oh,
I came back because I liked the town.
nice. I wanted to come down here because I don't think a lot of the people, the residents in Wethersfield, know about your organization. So can you tell us a little bit more about how the volunteer ambulance is run?
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Sure. We've been in business, if you want to call it that, since 1956. So it's been 60 years this year.
Okay.
It's been strictly volunteer for all those years.
Okay.
We run 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. on the weeknights, and then from 24 hours on Saturdays and Sundays. And we have our crews that are stationed here at the station when they're on shift.
Okay. See, when I was at home, I had to call an ambulance. I didn't really know who was going to respond. You know, I thought it was Aetna or one of the bigger companies. I didn't know you guys were here, so I have to apologize for that.
A lot of people in town don't.
Yeah, that's why I thought it'd be a good time to talk to you,
Sure.
talk about your organization. So, and one of the important things is this organization, Volunteer Ambulance, needs more
We do.
volunteers.
We need recruits. We're trying to recruit very hard out there for anyone that's certified or not even certified
Mhm,
that wants to help out. We're glad to take them.
mhm. So what kind of qualifications are you looking for?
Well, mostly we're looking for certified EMTs.
Mhm.
It's a 160-hour course. We do teach courses here.
Okay.
Other people have taken courses elsewhere and then come here to ride.
Mhm.
But we usually look for certified EMTs that we can get on the road. The state requires that we have at a minimum one certified EMT and one certified EMR,
Oh.
which is an emergency medical responder.
Oh.
We try to run at least 2 EMTs in our trucks at all time.
Okay.
It's just a better patient care ratio.
Yeah. So what's the difference, EMT and EMR?
EMT, like I said, is a 160-hour course. EMR is about a 60-hour course.
Oh, okay.
EMT goes into more depth. EMR is like a first responders. A lot of our police officers are EMRs,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're called first responders. The nomenclatures have changed over the years. We used to call them first responders, and now they're EMRs.
Okay.
So it's
So
more
can
fancier.
they both handle patients?
They can do
and-
patient care, but there's a lot of things that they can't do that an EMT that can do.
Okay.
We do administer some drugs out there. We can help with nitroglycerin,
Mhm.
epinephrine, oxygen that we carry is actually considered a drug as well. So those are things that EMRs can't do that an EMT can.
I see. Interesting. So if we have some high school kids, are
You
they?
can become an EMT at the age of 16
Oh.
with your parents' consent, but it's very difficult for younger EMTs to do this.
Mhm.
They have to get here and have to be on
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it is a little more difficult, but anything after 18 is wonderful,
Mhm.
and up to as old as you want to be.
Yeah.
We actually have one of our members here, I think is 71 or 72 years old
Really?
now, so
And how long have they been doing it?
I think he's been 15 or 18 years now. So
Oh.
I've been doing this 34 years.
Yeah, it seems like a very fulfilling.
It is. Once you get the bug, you don't want
Yeah,
to stop.
yeah.
So.
Although, is it kind of scary when you're just learning and you have a real
Sometimes.
patient and,
Sometimes.
yeah, you never know what you're going to get, right?
Even after 34 years, it's scary.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we,
But you know you're helping people and
Mhm.
saving lives. So,
we do. It's great when we
yeah,
have our patients walk out of the hospital. So
right,
It's nice.
right. So are you pretty busy here in Wethersfield? How
We
many
do.
calls do you usually get?
We do about an average of 1,000 to 1,200 calls a year.
Okay.
For our night shifts, we average 3 to 5 calls a shift.
Oh, you do?
So it's fairly busy. We could have nights that we sit here and do nothing, and we could have nights that we do 7 or 8 calls.
Okay.
It all depends on what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're already out on a call, then another company backs you up?
Well, we
Is that-
contract with Aetna for a paramedic service for 24 hours a day in town. So when we're on the call, they'll be there our backup.
Oh, okay, interesting. And so you really think that a lot of people can come in and learn this? You're one of the teachers now,
Yes,
too.
I'm an EMS instructor, and we have students that range from age 15 up to 60.
Wow, okay.
Anybody can learn it. It's not a hard course. It's
Okay.
160 hours, and there's a lot of memorization, there's a lot of numbers,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of life-saving techniques that we
Yeah,
teach.
yeah.
So.
You should get some Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, so, those?
Yeah, we had an Explorer program, which was
Oh.
connected to the Boy Scouts,
Mhm.
but that's kind of gone away.
Mhm.
It's hard to get volunteers at the adult level.
Right.
At the Explorer level, it's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking with the fire department right now to see if we can do a combination Explorer program with fire and EMS
Oh.
together.
That's a good
To see if we can some kids are interested in fire, some kids are interested in police,
Mhm.
some are interested in EMS.
Yeah.
We're trying to combine a couple of those to put them together to see if we can
That's good.
bring more
Yeah.
people in.
Or do you have the kids from the high school come over and visit at all?
We don't. It's again, it's very difficult with the high school kids.
Yeah, just so they think about it for future,
We would love to.
Yeah.
We've done some programs. We do Safe Grad for the night that they're at the Pitkin Community Center.
Oh, okay.
So we're there for the entire night. We've also done mock crashes for the high school, so we'll set up and show the senior class, what it's like, and we put a whole bunch of kids, make them up, and they enjoy that. It's like Halloween all over again.
Yeah, we should film that when we
Yeah.
do that the next time. Yeah, that seems like that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Good thing to teach them not to drink and drive,
Absolutely.
especially on prom night.
The worst one's texting right now.
Yes, I was going to ask
Yeah.
about that. Do you have a lot of
We do.
incidents with texting? You can tell they've been texting.
Yeah, you can tell the stories just don't add up to what the scene looks like. So
Oh, okay.
again,
So does everybody understand that? No driving and texting, no driving and talking,
Correct.
right? No-
correct. Hands-free.
just
That's
Yep.
it.
Pay attention to what you're doing. What else can we?
Pay attention to the road.
Pay attention. You know, a lot of people lately, I saw in the paper around Christmas time, that there were a lot of pedestrian
There were,
deaths and
yeah.
accidents.
It's just people not paying
Yeah,
attention.
yeah. And pedestrians should make sure they can be seen, right?
Absolutely. It's a very dangerous thing when we're up on the highway if we go out on a call for an accident. We have to be very careful. The line of duty deaths for public safety workers is very high
Okay.
when it comes to traffic accidents. So we're very vigilant when we get up there.
Wow, okay, okay. So where do you usually go? Well, you just, your services are just in Wethersfield, right? You don't go out of town?
We do, actually.
Oh.
We have mutual aid agreements with the town of Newington and Rocky Hill and Glastonbury.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if there's a major accident or a major
Okay.
scene that's going on in any of those towns, we can actually go and help out.
Oh, interesting, okay. But they all have their own,
They're all volunteer services, and it's vice versa. If we have a big incident, they'll come into our town as well, so.
okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So it's possible that you could get a call anytime now, right?
Absolutely,
Well, we're
correct.
talking here and you just have to go and
You have your own, yeah.
because there's 2 or 3 on
Well, we have two people on a crew right now. We run anywhere from 2 to 4 people on a crew. That third or fourth person usually is a new member or a student that's learning.
Okay, okay. Speaking of learning,
Yes.
So we have your buddy here. Does he have a name?
Well, we call him Horrible Harry.
Horrible
Horrible
Harry. Oh, Harry looks like he's having a bad day.
He does have a very bad day. This is our respiratory mannequin.
Okay.
So we teach our students how to insert airways to be able to help our patients breathe.
Mhm.
We use oropharyngeal airways and nasopharyngeal airways.
Okay.
So we teach them how to put those in. We use bag valve masks to be able to ventilate our patients. So if our patient's not breathing, we can actually breathe for them.
Wow.
And this mannequin helps us actually do that.
So they learn all that, and is that primarily what they do, or actually you said before, you give medicine?
Yeah, we do a lot of skills. This is just one skill in particular. We teach AEDs, CPR AED is part of it. It's our automatic internal automatic external defibrillator.
Oh.
So if your heart stops beating,
Mhm.
we can actually shock you back to life.
Okay.
We teach CPR. We do a lot of CPR courses for ourselves, and we also do it for the community.
Oh, you do?
We're a heart safe, what we call a heart safe community, where at least 40% of, or there's a certain number within the town population that's, we've actually taught CPR too.
Oh.
And there's defibrillators all through a lot of the public buildings, so we're
Okay.
considered a heart safe community. So if you
Oh,
drive into the town, you see those signs that say heart safe communities.
I didn't notice that. So how do I get on the list to get training in CPR?
Well, you can call here, you can call the main number here, or we have a Facebook page, or we have an email page on the website that you can go on. We post all of our classes on those,
Okay.
and anybody can sign up.
Yeah.
So
Are they popular?
We do a lot of courses for the Girl Scouts. We do a lot of courses for a lot of different doctors' offices in town. They all require their employees to be CPR certified.
Okay.
We have the fire department training coming up this next month, so we teach the entire fire department CPR.
Oh, wow.
It's part of their training as well. We reciprocate with them. We do a lot of their training for them, and we do a lot of their, when they do a live fire drill, we actually will do a standby, so we have a crew right there, so in case anybody gets hurt.
Oh, wow.
So,
Good. So nowadays, you're not blowing into their mouths, right? You're just doing the chest?
No, we actually we use what we call a bag valve mask,
Oh,
which is we squeeze it, it's full of oxygen.
Oh,
We
okay.
pump oxygen into it, which will breathe for the mannequins. We don't do mouth to mouth much anymore.
No, nobody does that, huh?
Not anymore.
When did that change?
You can still do it. We still
Yeah.
carry pocket masks, and we give
Okay.
those out to our students and
Okay.
people that go through our CPR classes.
Yeah.
But at being an EMT, I have all the tools that I need. I don't have to do that mouth to mouth anymore.
Okay,
So.
okay, interesting. So I had a question. I thought of this, I don't know, maybe the other night. And I was thinking, okay, my husband and I are home, nobody else is home, and he has a heart attack.
Mhm.
What do I do? Do I start chest compressions or do I
Well,
call 911
First thing is to call 911. All of our dispatchers in town are EMD certified, which is Emergency Medical Dispatch
Okay.
certified. So they'll actually be able to walk you through doing CPR.
Okay,
They can do a lot, they're trained to be able to help the person on the other end of the line as well as dispatch us. So if your significant other's having a heart attack and they've gone, their heart has stopped, they're able to tell you how to do CPR until we get there.
okay, well, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, do you have a hard time finding houses?
Yes, it is very difficult.
Yeah.
We ride especially at night, and the house numbers are very, very difficult to see.
We should do something about that.
I wish there was a
shouldn't we?
legislation that would say
Yeah.
that you have to have numbers that are actually visible from the road
Yeah.
at night.
One time, years ago, when I lived in a different house, the Boy Scouts went around and painted the numbers on the curb.
Yeah,
Was that a good idea? Or?
it is until you have snow
Yeah,
or
well,
leaves.
that's true. And then it wore off
Yeah.
anyways, but,
So
Yeah.
it's very difficult.
yeah. So, and that's another thing I was wondering. If I was given CPR, how would I go down and get wave down the ambulance?
Well, we use our GPS. We have a GPS in all of our trucks. Anytime that someone calls 911, most times when someone calls 911 in town, you'll get a police officer that will respond
Okay.
first. So usually they found the residents before we get there, which is usually a big help.
That's good, yeah. So you don't get lost usually? Most
We
people-
try not to.
Most people know
We
where all
try
the
not to.
streets are, and, yeah.
GPSs are great.
Yes, definitely. Okay. So Tom, how many volunteer EMTs do you have working here now?
Right now, we have a roster of about 42 volunteers. Some ride more than others.
Okay,
But we don't have a lot of our volunteers that live in town any longer.
okay.
Again, it used to be 10 years ago, it used to be that most everybody that was a volunteer here lived in town and worked in town and were doing it because they were part of the community.
Right.
Right now, I have about 80% of our folks that actually volunteer here are non-residents of Wethersfield. They come from Southington.
Wow.
I live in Marlboro myself.
Wow.
Um,
Boy, that, I gotta give you a lot of credit for not only volunteering for the town and doing this job, saving lives, but you come in from different towns. And
We do.
Southington and you come in, what's that, a 20-minute ride?
About a 20-minute ride, yeah.
That's incredible. I think, you guys deserve all kinds of accolades for doing that. thank you for
Well,
doing
thank you, we appreciate it.
that. Yeah.
We don't hear it enough
I
sometimes.
know, we've got to, that's why I'm glad we're talking to you today, so.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, just like the firemen and the police, you're very.
Well, they get all
important.
that, they get all the accolades.
Yeah, you're a very important part of the town.
I'm only
and-
kidding. We work very well with the fire department and the
Yeah.
police department here.
Yep.
They're our brothers. And,
Yep.
you know, when one of them gets hurt, we're right there for them, so.
Wow, that's incredible, yeah. We gotta get you on TV more often.
We need more people to help out.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully we'll get the news out and you'll get more people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so tell us more about your volunteers. So you've got all ages of volunteers and they stay as long as they can,
Well,
hopefully.
we try to keep them forever, but they don't usually do that.
Yeah,
We're more of a training facility than we are
Okay.
what it used to be a town, you know, volunteers
Mhm.
organization. We get kids that'll come right out of high school, right out of college, really don't know what they want to do for a living.
yeah.
They do this, they can go on to PA school, which is physician's assistant.
Mhm.
They can go on to medical school, nursing, firefighting, police officers.
Wow,
All of these positions now require the medical training to be part of that
that's really good.
occupation. So they come here, they get trained.
Mhm.
Average right now, we're probably looking at 2 to 5 years for people to stay.
Okay,
And then we try to get new recruits as they go along. It's been difficult.
yeah,
We've lost quite a few good people over the last couple of years, which has really hurt.
yeah.
Like I say, we've had 2 of our people go on to medical school. We
It's good for
have,
them, good for,
it's great.
you know, the schools and everything, but yeah.
We
it's hard.
have 8 physician's assistants and
Wow.
I think 10 or 12 paramedics now
Mhm.
that have gone through here in the last
Mhm.
5 years.
Mhm.
So it's great for them, and this is,
Yeah.
for those jobs, you need what they call patient contact hours,
Mhm.
and this provides great patient contact hours.
Yeah.
Um,
So if somebody were to volunteer, I mean, they'd come in, they could work one night a week or one night every 2 weeks or?
Yes,
how
we
does that-
get a stipend from the town if we work 432 hours in a year,
Mhm.
which averages out to 36 hours a month,
Okay.
which is 3 12-hour shifts for a month.
Oh.
That's what we like to have everybody come in and do,
Mhm.
but we have folks out there that just can't do that.
Okay.
You know, their job or their home life, they have kids, whatever it might be. And we're okay with that. We take anybody, if you can only work a couple of shifts a month, we
Right.
like that.
Right.
And that's okay, but we just need more to do that.
Mhm.
It's been very difficult
Yeah,
to get people.
that's too
So.
bad. We'll try to think of a way we can get more young people here. Seems like it would be an interesting training. Do they have to pay for the training then?
We do cost for the training. Right now, our EMT courses run about $900 for the course, which is less expensive than most college courses out there right now.
Mhm.
And for most of the courses that are around in the area, we're very not inexpensive, but we're less expensive than those. We work it out with you if you want to spend, give us a year. We work out the prices with you. We can cut it in half. We can do a lot of different things. So if money isn't an issue, we try to not turn people down.
Mhm.
Again, we know this is a volunteer thing, so
Right.
if you tell me that, hey, look, I can't afford it, I'd like to take the class and I'd like to help out, I'm not going to say no.
Oh, that's great.
So-
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
We do whatever we can do to get people.
Yeah, yeah, good. After the training, and you said it was 16 weeks?
Well, it's 160 hours.
Oh.
So my Saturday course right now, we run 8 hours a day,
Mhm.
so it's a little bit shorter.
Okay.
If we do a Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday course, it will last longer, but it's 160 hours.
Okay.
So
And then they pass a test at the end?
you pass the test here at the class, and then you have to pass the National Registry exam.
Mhm.
We mimic those exams for our final exam here
Okay.
to get you ready for those exams.
Interesting.
We have a 95% pass rate
Good.
going through, so it's
Good.
pretty good. Once you become certified, you have to recertify every 3 years.
Okay.
It's a 30-hour course that you have to go through.
Mhm.
Again, we do them right here. We don't
Mhm.
charge any of our members for recert classes.
Wow. That's
So
good. Good.
it keeps me very busy as an instructor.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I run 2 to 3 full classes a year and probably 2 to 3 recert classes a year, so
Mhm.
it's
And when you're not doing this, what are you doing?
I have a full-time job. Most of us have full-time jobs. I'm a quality manager for an aerospace company in Glastonbury.
Oh my gosh, you're
So
kidding.
this is a hobby. Yeah, I've been doing this 34 years. It's been a hobby.
Oh my
So-
gosh, thank you for all you're doing for
Thank
the
you.
people everywhere.
I was on the fire department when I first joined.
In Wethersfield?
In Wethersfield.
Oh,
I was a brand new firefighter, and I showed up to a motor vehicle accident, and the person in the car was hurt very badly, and I didn't know what to do. And I vowed that I would never not know again.
Oh, wow.
So,
Makes a big difference, huh? What you do now and
yeah.
wow, that's amazing. So you work, what, 9 or 8 in the morning to your other job? And
Yeah, I work, well, it's usually like 7:30 to 5, and then I come here. I ride on, my ride night right now is Wednesday nights, so I leave work at 5 o'clock, get here
For 6?
for 6 o'clock, ride till 6 a.m., and then go right back to work the next day.
Oh my gosh,
So,
that's a lot. So some other things that you do here, I've seen the ambulances at like sporting events. And
yes, we do a lot of we call them standbys. We do all of the high school games. High school requires that an ambulance is at the game. They can't start the game without an ambulance there. So we do all of the high school, freshman, JV, and varsity sports for football.
Wow.
We do a lot of different things for the high school. We do safe grad for them. Like I said before, we do the mock crash for, we usually do that around June, just before they get out. We do a lot of standbys for our fire department when they do live fire training. We do a standby for that. We send an ambulance up there in case they get hurt.
Okay.
When you're dealing with live fire, it's never a good thing.
Right.
So we do that as well. We do the soapbox derby for the Cub Scouts.
There.
We do a lot of this stuff for Girl Scouts. We do babysitting classes for the Girl Scouts here as well. So there's a lot of different things we do. Last year we did about 1,000 hours of what we call standby hours for various things in town. The Cove Fest, the Corn Fest down at the Broad Street Green, Coveside Carnival. We do that. We do the fireworks when we're there. So we do a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of the Cove, do you do if a boat sinks or something? you would have to-
Yes, the fire department has its boat. We actually train some of their firefighters as EMTs as well, and they train us in the water rescue stuff. So we work hand in hand with them. So if there's a boat accident or a boat sinking, we can actually, there's several of our folks that can get on the boat and go out there and actually help with
Oh,
that.
wow.
So we do training at the high school with them for water rescues.
How is the boat? I know we have a boat and sometimes people are driving like crazy, even out on the water. I don't think it's texting out on the water, but you never know. That might be next. Do you have a lot of boating accidents?
We do a fair amount in the summertime, yeah. With the Cove, it's quite a bit, being right on the river, so
Yeah.
there's always somebody doing something wrong on the water.
Yeah.
So.
And I live right down the street, and somebody was pulling their boat out, and they were driving on Main Street, and it fell off the trailer, and these kids must have been drunk. They were driving with their boat, and the boat fell off, and they were out there laughing about it. Nobody got hurt.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, but I was like, oh my God. Thank God nobody was behind them when the
True.
boat fell off the trailer.
Yeah, awesome. Sure, this is one of our 2 trucks that we have in town here. They're pretty much equipped alike, so it makes it easy for folks when they go from one truck to the next, because some of them don't like the old trucks. But we have a jump kit that we carry in. This is probably about 35 or 40 pounds. It carries all of the equipment that we would need if we go into a house and for anybody that's sick or injured. We carry oxygen, we carry our AED, we carry a lot of our bandages, blood pressure cuffs, stethoscopes, EpiPens, charcoal, aspirin. So we carry pretty much everything with us on our back. When we go in the house, we do an assessment of our patient. They get transported on our stretchers. These are powerless stretchers. We bought these a couple of years ago. They save our lives, they save our backs. So it reduces the back injuries.
So this automatically went up and down.
So this will raise and lower by itself. Sitting in the position it's at right here, it will hold 850 pounds.
Wow, that's great.
So we don't worry about having to lift our patients anymore,
Good.
which makes it very easy for us.
then they go in there, and you have to keep on working on patients.
We do. We do our assessments in the house. We get them on the stretchers. Once they're in the stretchers, we get them in the ambulance. If they need a paramedic, we'll have a paramedic on board. They'll transport with us, and their truck will follow us.
Where's the paramedic come from?
They're the paramedics, which we contract with them. They have a truck that's stationed in town 24 hours a day. So they usually sit a lot of times down by the police department. They get dispatched at the same time as we do. The police will dispatch us to whatever call we go on. We get dispatched whether it's what we call a hot call or a cold call. A hot call is lights and sirens. A cold call is no lights and no sirens,
Okay.
which we get a lot.
Yeah. What's the difference between a...
Well, a hot call is a call we would respond to lights and sirens unless if somebody's really sick.
Really?
And really needs an ambulance very quickly.
Yeah.
Cold calls are for people that think that we're a taxi.
Oh my gosh.
We do have a lot of people that we have what we call frequent flyers that we've picked up 20 times a year.
Oh, so should we tell people,
Well, 911 is not a joke, and it's not for us just to take you to the hospital because you don't have a ride. We're here, we're a 911 service. We don't do transfers, we strictly do 911 calls.
okay.
So when we're out on a call for something that's not a true emergency, and we do get a true emergency, and it delays that response time for that second patient.
Oh, wow.
So
That's important, yeah.
it is very important. It can be very frustrating for us as well. So
Yeah. Do some facilities or doctors actually call an ambulance? I remember when my mother had to go to a hospital, they called an ambulance, and I was really surprised. She was in a nursing home.
right, we don't have any nursing homes in town any longer.
Oh.
We do have some senior housing facilities. Everybody errs on the side of caution now, and if they call their doctor, the doctor will say, call an ambulance and go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Some are sick, some aren't, and it's just the way life is.
Yeah. So if they are being brought to the hospital, are they being charged?
We do bill our patients. We have a lot of Medicare, Medicaid patients. It's an elderly population in town. But we do bill, yes. That's where we get a lot of our funds to be able to afford our equipment,
Okay.
our training, things like that. That's how we afford all of our stuff, things that we need to do. So.
Okay,
Yep.
interesting. Person drives and the other person is in the back with the...
One person will drive, obviously, and the one is in the back. Usually it's for a patient, wherever the patient would like to go.
Oh,
We go to Middlesex Hospital, Yukon, St. Francis, Hartford, New Britain, Manchester. So pretty much all the local hospitals. If you're really sick and really injured, you may not have a choice. A lot of times we have to make that decision based on the condition of the patient and go to the closest facility that's appropriate for that condition. There are different hospitals that have different protocols. Some are stroke hospitals, some are cardiac hospitals. So we have to be careful as to when we have patients that have those kinds of conditions as to which hospitals we go to.
okay. So which is the stroke hospital?
We can go to Hartford and St. Francis for both of those. And there are trauma hospitals also, so if we have a very bad trauma incident,
Yeah.
we can do that. We can also call Lifestar
I
if
was
we
just
have
going
to.
to ask
Yeah.
about that. Do you have to call Lifestar?
We don't normally call Lifestar. Realistically, from anywhere in town, we're about, if we go lights and sirens, about 5 to 7 minutes out of any hospital. By the time Lifestar lifts off the roof and gets here, it's 15 to 20 minutes.
So that's good to know. That's why we don't see Lifestar a lot.
Not a lot. I live in Marlboro, and I'm on fire in EMS down in Marlboro, and we've called them quite a bit because we're 20 to 25 minute transport time.
Yeah, and I always see flying over my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have had some bad weather in the past. And when there's snow, it causes a lot of bad accidents.
It
What
does.
do you see in the wintertime? Just more.
Well, we do a lot of training, and we do a lot of meetings with the town. We'll get with the fire department, the police department, and the town. If there's a real bad storm coming, they'll notify us, and we'll make sure that we have crews available. And we're here for the duration of the storm usually.
Really?
So we'll sleep here, eat here, do everything that we have to here.
Oh my gosh.
The last blizzard that we had, which was 2 or 3 years ago, I was here for 64 hours straight.
Oh
So,
my
and
God.
we didn't sleep. So, it
So
was-
you were just out on calls,
We're out on
helping
calls,
people car accidents or?
No, it was a lot of different things. We had a pregnant woman that her water broke.
Oh,
We had a woman that was having a cardiac issue. Our ambulance got stuck in the snow for an hour. When we got her to the hospital, she had a pacemaker put in within an hour that we got her there.
oh,
So she was very sick.
yeah,
So it helps. You know.
yeah. Same.
We were one of the only ambulances out there that were actually out in the snow.
Wow.
I don't know if that was smart or not, but we were.
Look at all the people you saved, right? That's great. Very nice.
So yeah, if there's real bad weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, like we've had those storms come through in the past.
Yeah.
We get a crew here as fast as we can and make sure we're in for the duration of the storm.
Wow, interesting. We really do a lot for this town. So again, you're looking for volunteers.
We are looking for volunteers. You can help out any way you can. We would love for you to come down as EMT. We would love for you to come down as a student and take our courses. We are always looking for bookkeepers. We're always looking for people that can do paperwork. Anything that you could offer, we would be glad to take you and have you help out.
That's good information. Yeah. That it's not just EMTs, it's all different kinds of
Absolutely.
things. Yeah. Voluntary donations are always nice too. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Anything that anybody can do to help is greatly appreciated. It helps us buy supplies. EpiPens went from $100 to $600. So it's a big cost out there for us.
That's so.
We have Narcan. We carry Narcan on the trucks for heroin overdoses as well. We've used that quite a bit in town.
You have.
So yes,
So we have a heroin.
it's everywhere. It's not just in the cities. It's in the suburbs as well. It's every town has it. It's not just here. It's not Hartford. It's all over. So.
That's interesting. You know, I hate to ask this, I guess, but how can parents, can you tell if your child's on heroin, or is that not really your?
It's very difficult. Heroin is very cheap now.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than a lot of drugs that are out there. So
Mhm.
it's very dangerous because they cut it because it's so cheap. They cut it with things that are very bad for you.
Okay.
And then that's what happens, and people overdose on it because it's cut with certain things that shouldn't be there.
What can parents watch out for, though?
There's telltale signs. You talk to your kids.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Know what your kids are doing. Know who their friends are. Know where they are.
Uh-huh.
They're going to think you're a pain in the neck, but
Yeah, that's
it's
okay.
well worth it.
That's okay.
So,
Right. That's good information. Well, I wish you a lot of luck, Tom.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
again for everything you're doing for Wethersfield.
thank you.
And maybe we'll see the truck when they come back in. While we were talking in the other room, they got a call. So
They did.
hopefully we'll get more volunteer interaction here. Okay, again, thanks,
Thank you very
Tom.
much. Appreciate it.
Why don't you go ahead?
It's the lady at 46 South Rose. 46 South Rose.
Station one call, retone that please. 10-4. Captain forward to go to that location also. This is 19, is that correct?
Sorry, what last four?
Right, the 185, 24 miles, and I'll retone there. There's a cop 185, 24 mile, station 1, there's a station 1 cop, 85, 24 mile, station 1,